What's up, everybody? Gibson's Lawn Service checking back in. I got a question. Guy asked me a question. I'm gonna answer it. I'm gonna answer it with a video. If y'all got any questions, send them in. I'll make a video answering, see how I can help. This guy says, "What did you do immediately when you were about to lose your truck/home? How did you climb out of that and turn it around?" All right, I'm going to give you some backstory on that. Now, around this time, my full-time job had cut the overtime out. And that was the only way at the time, that was the only way I could stay afloat, was working 7 days a week. I was getting, it's crazy. We was working 7 8-hour shifts, which is 56 hours. We was working 56 hours. So around this time, my full-time job was doing a lot of upgrades on the yard. So they already said, look, I don't remember what year it was. We're just going to use it as an example. Year 2017, there's going to be no overtime because we're going to be upgrading everything. And then in 2018, the doors are going to swing open with overtime. All right. I don't remember what year it was, but man, I say the overtime had just 40 hours a week. And I could not live on 40 hours a week. My wife at the time was having our second child. And grass season was coming to an end. I think this was like November. Yeah. Grass season was coming to an end. So all that extra money I had coming in, it was no more. And then we had dropped down to 40 hours. So what I did, I seen what was coming. I seen exactly what was coming. I was like, man, I'm not making enough to live. So I immediately went and got another job. And that was at Taco Bell. So I'm gonna give you you want to know exactly how I climbed out of it? I'm about to tell you exactly how I got in that situation. Well, I was working. I would go to Taco Bell at 6 in the morning. I would get off at lunchtime at 12. I would go home, maybe shower, eat for 1 hour, and I had to be at work for 2:30. And I worked for my full-time job from 2:30 to 11. And after, come home, make it home about 12, sleep about 4 or 5 hours, do it again. And on the weekends, I would maybe have 2-3 yards to do. And the 2-3 yards I was going to do was like $40 a pop. So it was not working. So as the bills start rolling in, you don't have it. And I remember that Christmas, like, man, I couldn't buy nothing. So as the bills roll in, you don't have it. So I think I scrounged the money together to pay all my bills for November. December, I didn't pay no bills because December, I paid December, because the way my job did it, you would get 2 weeks off. You get a week off for Christmas and a week off for New Year's, but they don't pay you for none of those days. They say they do. Like with those 2 weeks off, they would give you 1 40-hour check, and it's essentially like you're not getting paid for 1 week. And if you live in paycheck to paycheck and you go 1 week with nothing, yeah, that hurts. So, and I didn't know nothing about a loan at the time. Like I didn't know my job used to offer loans. Like at the end of the year, you go in and get your $2,000 loan to tie you over. And honestly, if I would have went and got that $2,000 loan, that would have gave me you see what I'm saying? I'm holding my breath. And then I got to catch my breath again because that $2,000 would have gave me a tiny bit of breathing room to figure it out. So what happened, December, I didn't pay no bills. Like I said, I did the basic groceries, gas in the vehicle. Let me keep my phone bill paid because that's how my wife talked to her family, and this is how I get work. And then, you know, lights, water. I was paying the utilities, but I wasn't paying the mortgage. I couldn't afford it. So, and I really wasn't even paying the utilities. So December hit, I didn't pay nobody nothing. But groceries, a little bit of stuff here and there, that was gone. January, I didn't pay nobody nothing again because January, you got that week off and you got to drop a week in the hole before you start rolling again, getting some money. So I was just spinning my wheels in January. February, that's when stuff hit the fan in February. Here's how it went. My truck, y'all see me in. I'm in the backup truck. My truck, y'all see me in. Well, at the time that my truck loan, they would let you skip either December payment or January payment. So, and they'll let you put it on the back end. So I skipped December, then I didn't pay January, and I didn't pay February. Well, they kept calling. Mr. Gibson. So, no. Here's what happened. I couldn't pay this. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't. I skipped December, didn't pay January. We mid through February, I didn't pay it. So they kept calling, Mr. Gibson, your loan. I'm like, look, I don't have it. The first month, I just ignored that call. So, but you would listen to the voicemail. So just using random names. The first month, Kathy was calling. And then the next month, Mary was calling. And Mary's voice sounded like, man, you in trouble if you don't get this fixed. Kathy was like, hey, Mr. Gibson, we're just trying to reach you regarding the loan you have on the Ford F-250. But Mary was like, Mr. Gibson, please call me. The loan on the F-250, it's in the negative and it don't look good. That's kind of how the voice will sound. So I answered the phone for Mary. She's like, hey, you know, what's that? She's like, hey, you know, your loan on your F-250, you're 2 months behind, and on the third month, we sent out the repo truck, and this is what I told that lady. First, I was like, yes, ma'am, if you give me a little bit of time, I can catch it up. After about 2 weeks of that, she called me, and I answered. I said, Miss Mary, I said, she was like, what's going on? Is it something we can help you with? This is what I told that lady. I said, Miss Mary, my wife just had a baby. I'm currently working 2 jobs to keep my head above water. I said, y'all just going to have to come get the truck because I'm to the point I just cannot afford it. I said, I do apologize. I said, when you send your repo guy out, he don't have to come 2, 3 in the morning. I said, he just come knock on my door. I get my key and I have all my stuff out. And she was like, well, we really don't want to do that. I said, I'm sorry. This just, I don't know no other way. So I got off the phone with her. Now, keep in mind, my mortgage company, they don't call you. You get a letter. So when I missed December, they didn't say nothing, right? No, did I miss? I don't remember which one of them I missed. I know I was 2 months in. No, I paid December. I had missed January. Yep, they don't say nothing. They just put it on the next bill. February come rolling around. I ain't got it. And when they sent the second, I missed January, I missed February. That second week in February, they sent the letter out saying, hey, listen, if you don't pay anything before March the 1st, we will start the foreclosure proceedings. Right? Now, at this time, this was my mindset at this time. Flip it. I put myself in this situation. I'm going down with my ship. It is what it is. I didn't know what my next move was going to be. So I knew. I said, man, if I can just make it to March. I said, March, I'll get me an income tax. I can catch my mortgage up. This was my plan. I said, I ain't going to pay the mortgage January and February because I know March I would get an income tax because I had dependents. I said, and my business wasn't making no money, so I had my full time. I knew I was going to get a good income tax. I said, March, I get me an income tax, and I'm going to catch my mortgage up, and then everything else, wherever the chips fall, that's where they fall. All right, now we it's like second, third week in February. So my light bill, 2 months behind. My what else was behind? Light bill 2 months behind. And my phone bill was just about to be 2 months behind. And y'all saying, well, man, where your money at? Where your money at? You got to understand, I was only getting 40 hours a week on my job. The 40-hour week on my job was trying to catch stuff up. My Taco Bell check, that wasn't number $300 every 2 weeks. That was grocery money. The Taco Bell job was grocery money. The little 40-hour paycheck, bro, when I say it's not like I was taking a 40-hour paycheck and screwing it up. Like when I would get a 40-hour paycheck, I would be paying a bill that's 30 days late. So around the second week in February, I'm paying small bills that was due in January. So I was behind. Well, anyway, this is what happened. Let me tell you, because I was willing to lose it all. I wasn't willing to lose my mortgage. I knew. I said, man, this is what I said. I said, March the 1st is when my mortgage due the first every month. I said, March the 1st, them people probably going to send me a letter saying, hey, we about to start foreclosing. I said, around that first or second week in March, I get my income tax, grab the cash, drive to the bank, and at least pay January and February mortgage payment. I said, at least I can pay them too and beg for mercy. All right. Now, from my understanding, once they start foreclosure, if you ain't got it all, you fixing to lose. So this stems back to the lady at the bank. The lady at the bank, she got in touch with my mother. She said, hey, we're trying to, because with me and my mother, we got, I want to say her name is on my account at the bank. I can't remember how it happened. But I remember my mother called me saying, hey, what's going on? I said, nothing going on. Because I'm the type of person, if I get myself in this situation, I'm not calling you to get me out. You probably can call it pride. I don't know. So she said, hey, what's going on? I said, nothing. She said, what the bank called, said you about to repossess your truck. I said, yeah, I don't have the money to pay it. She said, well, how much you owe on it? I said, Ma, I got myself in this. I figured out. She said, well, you don't want to lose your truck, because that's how you operate your business. Now, at this time, I had a Chevy Avalanche as well. I said, man, I just have to work out my Avalanche. That was AKA the family vehicle. So she said, what else you behind on? I said, I'm behind on my mortgage. I said, I'm behind on everything. All right. She was like, well, you should have said something. She said, you should have said something instead of letting it get this bad. I said, man, I'll figure it out. So she got off work. She had stopped by my house. She knew what time I got off work. She put it in my account because we got the same account. At the time I was a single man, so my mother was on all of my bank accounts. So she called me one day when I got off work. She said, hey, I put some money in your account to get you caught up on all your stuff. So I went to my app on my phone. She had gave me, it was $1,400. I was like, I said, Ma, that's not going to change. Then I said, I can pay that and still be right back to square one. All right, couple of days, I want to say week later, she put another $1,600 in my account. All in all, it was $3,000. And that $3,000 caught me up on my mortgage, caught me up on my truck, caught me up on my light bill, caught me up on my phone bill. I was able to... And then I want to say like 3 weeks later, income tax check hit. Guess how much my income tax check was? $3,000. I took that money right out my account, went and put it in her hand, cash. She said, do you want to keep half of this? Keep your little bit put back and make payments. I said, nope. I said, because I'm fixing to change everything. All right. March hit, the overtime opened back up at work. I said, I'm going to be in this. This is what I said to myself. I had to have a conversation with myself. I went straight to my mirror. I said, now, my wife didn't know it had got this bad. Because at the time, like I say, she was pregnant with our second child and she was having a hard pregnancy. I said, man, I ain't about to put that stress on her. I went and looked in my mirror. I said, I'm fixing to work non-stop. I will never be here again. So I was going to my full-time job every single day. And then I had the holy people telling me, man, bro, you missing church on a Sunday. Where was your pole living behind when I was fixing to lose everything? Shut your mouth. I was at work 7 days a week, including Sundays. I was at work on a Sunday. I was at work on a Sunday because I was working day shift, so I was able to go to church Sunday night. But by me being on night shift throughout the week, I was missing church on Wednesday night. I was at work 7 days a week. And when that season kicked off with the grass, premium prices. Because I said, if I don't change nothing now, next November, I'm going to be in the same predicament. Because the job with the overtime was paying all the bills, but I had zero extra. Zero. I was literally taking money from my business. I was literally taking money from my job to help fund my business. Because I wasn't making any money in my business. Listen, I had to work 7 days a week to pay the mortgage, light bill, water bill, phone bill, groceries, truck note. And then on top of this, I got a baby in the house and need diapers, milk. So the job was taking care of all of that, but I didn't have money to put air in my tire if I needed it. Like I was stretched that thin. And then and if the business didn't make money, man, I need another weed eater. I had to take money from this that I didn't have to fund that. I said, you know what? I got to change this. I started telling people, hey, Mr. Gibson, we need our grass cut. Miss April, when was the last time the grass cut? It was cut last time you was here. Okay, last time I was there, it's been a month. We're going to have to get you on some kind of schedule because I can't come cut your grass once a month. Has it been that long? Yes, ma'am, it has. All right, put me on the schedule. That's when the schedules start. All right? That's when the schedules start. Then it went from, Mr. Bill, I can't cut your grass for $20 no more. Well, how much is it now? $40. Man, that's double. It's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. This is business. He started paying $40. So then somebody walk up, hey, you cutting grass? Yes, ma'am. What you charging? Knowing I'm charging these people $40. Okay, cut mine. I said, dang. They gonna pay me $40. Then start cutting for 40. God start cutting for 40. Now I got $40 yards pouring out my ear. Somebody walk up, hey man, what you charge? I remember where I was at when I first started charging $65. I was cutting this yard across the street for $40, her pole mouthing behind. I was actually cutting this yard across the street for $20. And then I went up to $30 that year. I went up to $30. I did a $10 increase on her, so I was cutting for $30. And this guy came out. He said, hey, man, how you doing? My name's such and such. He said, man, I'm fixing to remodel this house, and I just need the grass cut. Trying to see if you can just keep up the front. I said, flip this. He about to let me cut this whole yard. I said, look, man, I can cut the front, but then the back will be overgrown, so it's best we cut the whole thing. He said, what you charging? $65? When I said 65, this is what my hand was in my pocket. Look, my hand was in my pocket doing this. I said, oh man. Look, when I said 65, I said, man, you messed up. I said, man, you know I need this. This was going through my head for 5 seconds. Man, you messed up. Why you tell him 65? That would have been extra money. You know I need the money. 65? Okay, let's do it. That guy was an awesome client for 4 years. $65. When he said yes, it was up from there. Any new property, 65, 65, 65, 65. I started looking up. I said, man, I got an extra $500. Man, I can go get me a commercial grade string trimmer. It got to the point my business was able to buy handheld equipment cash. I remember working all week. I go get that $300 weed eater. I go buy it. Then I go work all next week. Man, I go get that $500 blow and I buy it. And then I work all week again. Man, I go get them $300 head strip and I buy it. And I work all week again. Man, I go get me some uniforms made. And I work all week again. Man, what I did? Man, I go get me some magnets for my truck. And I work all week again. Oh, man, I could buy me a backup commercial string trimmer. And I work all week again. Man, I could go buy me a backup backpack blow. And I work all week again. Then it got to the point, man, this can pay my mortgage every month. But then I said, wait. I said, November I ain't going to be able to cut grass. And they might cancel the overtime. So what I started doing in August, I would tell my wife, give me the Christmas list. I said, find out what these kids want for Christmas, because I ain't going to be po-mouthing no more. So August, because see, July, I started doing everything ahead. I said, this the only way. I said, I'm going to spend all the money if I don't. I said, I'm going to spend it if I don't. This is the only way. July, I would buy all my kids' school clothes. August, I would buy all my kids' Christmas stuff. September, the hardest months for me was October, November, December. I remember it was this app I had on my phone, and it showed you the years and the months you paid the mortgage. And I remember looking at the end of the month. At the end of the month was SOND. And I remember referring SOND. This is what I said. I said son D, like D as in the cuss word. I said September, October, November, December. I used to be like, son, dang. That's what I used to refer that to. Son, dang. Because I knew the end of the year would hurt. So what I started doing, I said, look, since I know I ain't really good with money, this is what I'm going to do. July, I bought all my kids their school stuff. August, I bought all my Christmas presents. I said, September and October, you're going to pay the mortgage for I said, you're going to pay the truck note and the mortgage for November and December. I said, January, I can skip payment on my truck, and then I can limp and pay one mortgage in January. I can skip February, and March, my taxes, I can catch it up. And that's what I did that year. That's what I did the following year. You got to keep in mind, we doggone having babies every year. So I'm doggone about working my behind off trying to keep up. Well, man, why you didn't send your wife to work? Why your wife just laying at the house while she didn't work? Well, I say around the third kid we thought about, no, the second child. The second child, when we had our second child, she went to work. All right. I was still working night shift. This was when the winter time hit, because this was my mindset. I said my woman would get in my way because see, I can grind non-stop. Now, after that bad year, when I say that overtime had opened up at my job crazy, I would literally be welding at work, falling asleep. I would get off work, be driving home, falling asleep. I would be on somebody's property with a zero turn, falling asleep. So the reason my wife didn't go get a job, I got this coaching call in about 30 minutes. The reason my wife wouldn't go get a job, because daycare wanted $250 a week. $125 per child, $250 a week, $500 every 2 weeks. That's what my wife would have been making on her job, about $600-700 every 2 weeks, because she was trying to finish school at the time as well. I said, look, I can grind. Just stay out the way. So when she did go get a job, her boss, I told her, I said, look, tell your boss you can only work Monday through Friday. I said, because Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to get overtime and I'm going to make more money than you. So he wanted to be smart. Oh, nobody's just going to hire in and get every weekend off. So he screwed that up and I told her to quit. So that's how I kind of got out of that situation. But man, bro, when you stare down the barrel of that, when you stare down the barrel of that gun, and then when you turn around and look, and ain't nobody coming to save me. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody. Because everybody think, man, you making money. You got a whole nother business. But I wasn't making money. That's why I am the way I am today. I'm going to put the grind before everything except the Lord. Even your wife and kids? Yup, even my wife and kids. Because when I was putting my family first, I was fixing to lose everything and go live under a bridge. So now it's the Lord, the grind, and then family. Yeah. See, now people will say, man, my family come before everything. They say that because they say that because they are financially stable now. When you're staring down the barrel of that gun, where tow truck at any moment about to come get your car, and you know in about 3 weeks your home about to get foreclosed on, and your wife fixing to push out a baby. When you staring down the barrel of that gun, that's when your tone gonna change. Yeah. That's why, listen, when I got rid of them paycheck to paycheck clients, them pole mouthing clients, them give me a deal clients, them disabled clients that always got a flipping excuse, start going towards the moon, start elevating. 2020, my life changed. In 2020, my life changed. That was the year of COVID. And my full-time job said, listen, our gates are going to be open 7 days a week to whoever want to work. I was at that job every single day, and I was turning my business up. I was able to go get my family a family vehicle, and I was able to go buy me another zero turn to the moon. That boy started climbing. I ain't looked down yet. So no, I ain't gonna flip what y'all talking about. I ain't going back there.